Now blue is not enough.
Today I have a wig by Freetress Equal. It is a frontal lace wig. It says 100% hand-tied lace. And the style of this wig is FL003. So this is the packaging that it comes in. I have the wig in the color 1B. And the wig that I'm wearing now is Daphne. And this is a 13x4 or 13x6. I'm not sure. I just reviewed this one, and it is by Outre, the Play Collection. So I will try to remember to link that below. So let's get into Miss FL003. Again, here is the care card out of the packaging so you can see. And let's go through some specs. It is heat safe up to 400 degrees. This wig does come in about 6 different colors. It comes in 1B, 2, and 4. And then it comes in OT 30, 530, and 99J. Okay. Looks like it comes with some soft lace around the perimeter of the unit. You do get a tinted lace because this looks like it's a little bit tinted. You do get 2 combs on the side of that 13x4. You get a comb in the back with the adjustable straps. This is the inside of the cap construction. It's just regular. There is your parting area like that. You do get, looks like some baby hairs or shorter hairs to do edges or something in the front. Now this wig is totally coarse, totally thick, and is a whole different beast than this one. This one here is more like a silky type, but this wig here is totally coarse. I mean, I don't know if the crinkles, I hope they are picking up on the camera, but this is a yucky wig. I will tell you right away that I do like the hairs in the front. I hope they lay properly. Just because I don't really like to have to put like any type of gel on them. I just like to be able to just lay them down, and they lay down. So they're longer. They may do that, and I may just have to thin them out. So let me go in and part off where you get the frontal at, just so we can kind of take a look at that. You get a lot of parting with these wigs. That's why I kind of wanted to go through and find a couple 13x4s and just review them and then stack them against one another. See, I mean, you get a lot of parting area in this wig. Okay, as you can see, this is the hairline, and it is a little bit short on me. It doesn't fit my hairline completely. So what I'm going to do is improvise. I'm going to go ahead and cut off the lace on this wig, and I'm going to sit it slightly behind my hairline, and we're going to work it out from that point. Yeah, I think that the way that they did the lace in the front, they went ahead and they made it kind of tight, and I just couldn't get it to fit properly across my hairline, like I said. So I'm going to take and I'm going to go through it. I'm combing it out just a little bit, and then I'm going to take just a teeny bit of my hair out on the edges. So I'm going to take those out, and then instead of using the combs, I'm going to put in a couple of bobby pins on the side. I think I put in 2 bobby pins on the side. And then I'm going to use my Got To Be Glued spray, and I'm only going to tack down the part that runs across my forehead to make it tight. So I sprayed that, and I used the blow dryer on it, and made it lay down really flat. And I think that came out really good. And then the next thing I'm going to do is, girl, I'm going to work on those edges, because you know how my edges be looking crazy. So once I figure out how I want to part it, I'm going to go in and I'm going to straighten my edges. Now, usually if I straighten my edges, I'll use my flat iron, or I'll use my hot comb. I do have an electric hot comb, so I like to use that to go in, and it gets my edges pretty straight. So as I showed you guys, the hair texture is so thick on this. It's just like really thick. So I'm going to flat iron it as well. I'm going to go through the whole wig and I'm going to straighten it. So you see I went in and I parted it at an angle, and I'm gonna go ahead on and I'm gonna take care of those edges. So I took the flat iron and I took the hot comb, and I'm just going through the edges, and I'm just going to try to straighten those out, and I'm just going to try to make them look like I got a relaxer. And y'all know I ain't got no relaxer in my head because my hair be so nappy on them edges. Yes. So after I get my edges taken care of, then I'm going to go through the wig and I'm just going to flat iron it. Now I have the wigs, I have the flat iron, set on about 375. And I just took my time and went through. Now I did not mention at the beginning of the video that the hair does come with a little bit of a smell. It's not horrible, but it comes with a little bit of a smell. So what I did was I am using a little bit of that Blue Magic coconut grease. Now y'all know we all got that grease. Our mama used it on our hair every Easter Sunday and throughout the year. Well girl, I got a bunch of that grease and I don't even know how old it is. I'm using that on this hair just to give it a good smell and to give it a natural shine, and it came out really good with that. So I took the grease, put a little bit on my hands, and just rubbed it in the hair. Not a lot, just a teeny bit, and I think that made the hair come out even better. Of course, once I flat ironed it and I ran the hot comb through it, it did change the texture of the hair. It made the hair look very, very natural, very, very weird, real, and it just looked like it was literally coming from my scalp. I just love using the hot comb on this hair. It came out, like I said, so good. So I'm gonna let you guys watch me finish flat ironing this hair, and then I'm gonna come back to you at the end after I add just a little bit of powder in the parting area. I added that because as you can see my brown cap, and I wanted to disguise that. So I just took and put a little bit of powder in the parting area, and I think that made that parting area come out totally bomb. I mean, y'all look at this parting area. Now you cannot tell me that this hair does not look like it is coming out of my scalp. Yes. Okay, this is the final look for Miss FL003, and as you saw, I had to go in and put in some work. But after that work was put in, girl, you can't tell me that this hair don't look like this hair coming from my scalp. Like, this hair is crazy. So let me give you guys a 360 real quick. This is the front of the wig, and you can obviously, I straighten this wig, so you can go in here and do whatever you pretty much would want to. As you saw, I only sprayed some got to be glued spray up in here just to hold the front area down since the sides did not fit me, and I think that came out really, really good. So again, front, this side, this is the back, and this side. Okay, so I'm taking a moment of silence because when I originally put this wig on, I thought, okay, another dud, another wig that don't fit this apple bottom head of mine. Oh my gosh, how am I gonna get through it? But what ended up happening was I had to improvise and I had to save her, and I'm glad I did. I know the term slayed get used so much that we just get so tired of it, and sometimes you be like, but it's not slayed. But this particular time, that term needs to be used when it comes to me saving FL003, because her edges wouldn't do right because it was cut too short. I mean, it just never would have made it on my head. So I had to improvise with it. Now, I will go through some pros and cons of this unit, and I mean, we really just need to get into this. So cons right away is obviously the cap construction for me personally. If you have a smaller head, I'm guessing it will fit. My braids aren't really small, but they pretty small, and I usually can get wigs over it without a problem. And this wig, I just couldn't get it. I could get it over the braids, but it's just like it didn't line up with my edges the way the wig was intended to be worn. So, you know, that really just messed me up. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna have to straighten my edges. I'm gonna have to get creative, and voila. So the first con is going to be for me is the cap construction. If you got a bigger size head like me, you may struggle. you may struggle. You may find yourself in a fight with the wig to survive. Your edges, everything gonna be peeking out. So if you have no edges, if you got some issues, you may want to pass on this wig. The second thing is the hair texture. Now, I am here for a yucky wig. I like yucky wigs, but sometimes they take yucky and they hijack it, okay? They have that yucky, so yucky that you like, not what I'm going to do with this. And that's kind of how this hair felt. This hair kind of felt like the Canicolon hair. But obviously it's a better texture because you could put heat on it. But it was so rough, so yucky. It's all one length. It was just too much. So I knew right away I was going to have to do something about that. And so I'm glad that it took the heat. Now, with it being a frontal unit, I wasn't sure if I was going to have to make the part. So that's why I brought out my my hot comb, because I've learned that using the hot comb to make your part or to lay it down nice and flat is a good way to do it, because it makes it look really natural, and it can get closer to the parting area than a lot of times your flat iron can. So I've learned that, and that's just a little bit of a tidbit for you. So if you are having problems with getting, you know, training your parts in the frontals to do right, then you may want to invest in one of them. Now that is old. I don't even know where I got it from. Obviously I got it from either Sally or a beauty supply store. I'm sure they make better quality ones now. That one literally is an on or off. I don't even know what the temperature is, so I can't give you the specs on that. But I can tell you that they do help train that part and get that part totally flat and totally like laid down. So the hair texture is another thing. Another con that'll be for some people, and it was for me. Another thing is it's all one length, so you don't have any places where, you know, it goes in or you have cuts, anything. It's just one length. So with it being one length, you kind of got to decide what you want to do. It's a con if you would like layers in the front. It's not a con if you want to cut it and customize it yourself, or if you want to wear it straight just like I'm wearing it. Otherwise, those are probably the only things that I can say that I find is a con with this wig. Those are some really big cons, even though I gave you 3, maybe 4. I've lost count. But they are some big cons. So, you know, do go in knowing that if you buy this wig, that you may have the chance of it not really fitting. You may have to get creative with it. And if you don't have edges, because I know some people edges on layaway, some people edges, they ain't seen their edges in years. So I just have to let you know whenever you have to use your edges, girl, because it's rough. It's rough out here. It's rough. Or your hair just don't blend in with it. And that's another thing that I'm going to get into, the pros. Pros of this, thank God that my hair did blend in with this. I did not have to take that much of my edges out. Once I hit them with some heat and a little bit of coconut oil grease, it did help it out. And I forgot to mention this in a con, that the hair does have a slight smell to it. So what I ended up doing is using some Old Faithful. And y'all remember how your mom used to put this on your hair and put them ponytails in your hair and send you to church and to school? Because it was me. That was my life. So everybody should have a jar of something like this laying around their house if you are Black Girl Magic. So I ended up getting this Blue Magic stuff. I don't even know how old this is. I guess it still smells like coconut. Who knows? So I used this, and I just took a little bit. Literally, that's what I was putting on my hand, on my fingers, rubbing it in, and just putting it on the hair. Now, that made the hair look, feel, and smell like you just went and got your hair pressed. Like, it did so well on this hair. Like, to me, you can't even tell, like, this is one, not human hair. 2, it ain't a sew-in or something, or it isn't just my natural hair that I just straightened out because it looks so natural. I'm shook. Thank you, Blue Magic. Thank you. And it smells so good. I like the smell of it. And I don't even know, like I said, when the last time I used that Blue Magic. Who knows how old it is, but it's still holding up. So kudos to you. So I use that to get rid of the smell. I use that to get it flat. I use that to give it a natural luster, because that's another thing. It was kind of dull because of the yucky texture of it. But once I put that on there, as you can see, and I hope it is picking up, it just gave it just a really nice natural luster. So I really like that. And like I said, when someone stands next to you or you run your hand through it, it just smells just like you went to the salon and just got your hair pressed. So I do like that. I like the length of this hair. I think the length is really, really nice. It's not too long for me personally. I think that it gives you good length, and because I straightened it out, it's nice and flat. So I like the tips of it. The tips, although it's long and it does have like kind of like one length, but as you see, you get definition at the bottom, excuse me. So it makes it look real natural, like your hair would kind of grow out, give you a little bit of split ends, and gives you that, you know, that natural look. Otherwise, like I'm telling y'all, this hair is so cute. This wig is really nice. You do have to put some work into it. You do have to commit to putting work into it. But once you put a little bit of work into it, girl, it will get you all the way right. So I hope you ladies have enjoyed this wig review and tutorial, because I had to flat iron and I had to get really, really creative with this. But I think it's worth it. I'm probably going to wear this unit the rest of the day because it is just so super cute. Plus, I don't put a lot of work in. And y'all know usually I be throwing them on, pulling them off, throwing them on, pulling them off. And that was not the case today. So I'm going to have to at least be faithful to her for a couple of hours. But I don't mind because, like I said, she's really cute. And as you saw, if you want to, once I glued that front down with the Got to Be Glued spray, you can literally pull it up into a ponytail. You could probably put a braid in this. I don't know. Let me see how a braid would look real quick, because you probably could go in here if you wanted to, and you could put like a braid in here, and you can, girl. Yes, you could go in here and you could braid it like how they braid it in the front and all that kind of little stuff. You could do that to it. I just think this wig is really, really cute. And I'm not sure the price point, but I definitely like this one this time over the last one that I just reviewed. And as I mentioned to you ladies, I am going to take all of these 13x4, stack them up together, and we're gonna have a conversation about it in a later video. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you ladies have subscribed. If you have not, girl, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell next to it. You'll be notified every time I upload a video. If you decide to share this video or any of my videos on your social media, please do not forget to tag me in it. And as you know by now, my name is Beautiebymark. I will see you ladies in my next video. Bye.